I want to talk a bit about analytics. We talked about scouting, which is obviously your app during football. We are at a stage now with your app, companies like Scout, where there's so much data about football. If you have an account, you can log on, you can see the amount of runs made, the amount of passes made, everything. Do you think we're getting to the stage where that form of augmented reality will replace the work of a scout? So you will just have that data, and people will look at the data and will stop looking at the player.
Well, I think the data has been, in the last years, was growing more in terms of clubs and federations. Of course, it's important to have the value of the data, not only in football, but for all the tech companies are the biggest, one of the biggest values in the world, I think. And in football, I think it helps in terms of performance, in terms of training. But I don't think we'll move or change in this term in terms of personnel to be use only data. You need the people to certify all the data, to be used in improvement of the training, the performance, the other teams, the scouting. So I think it's there. Will be growing more in the future, I think. Will be a big value for the clubs and the football associations.
Interesting. Okay. Let's talk about, we know that technology is always evolving. So when you started playing football to when you retired, a lot of changes have happened. What do you look at in football today and say, I wish we had that technology back then? We see players recover from injuries quicker. We see analysis to prepare teams on their next teams. So we see a lot of technology being involved. What do you think was a big switch that you wish you played during that time? Did you have injuries, for example, that lasted long?
Well, I think all the news that I was talking before in terms of data, training session, equipments, balls, boots, have improved so much in this last decade that make for sure now the players and the staff and the clubs and the people involved in this industry have more control of their individual performance and players' data. So now, it didn't happen in my time. Everyone after a game knows how many assists, how many passes, how many wrong decisions I made. So that, I think, will help the player if you are interested in grow and to be better in the next game, to try to improve or to try to train that situation better to be better. So this is the example of the technology in football that I didn't have in my time.
In your career.
No? And you could see now that exists and can help you to perform much better every day.
Okay, very interesting. Guys, we're going to ask one more question, and I think we have time for probably two from the audience. If anyone has a question, you can ask Basma. Last question, Luis. When you look back at your career, what hits you? What is your highlight? What are the 1, 2, 3 best memories you have?
Well, I think all the passion that I had for my job, my work, the football, make me to achieve so many things that I couldn't believe when I started to play football. No, I like to train, I like to compete, I like to every day be better, and of course, if I had more data, more technology, maybe I could be better in that time, no? That period. So I just want to thankful to all the companies that work in this case to help football to improve, to help the players to be better, and for sure more news and will come in the future to make this sport more bigger and bigger.
Inshallah. I think in terms of a career, there's very few players that can rival you, so I think you've done very well.